Hello everyone, my name is Abbas Jane, and today with me here I have Team 7105 SWIFT Intergalactic Space Llamas. They were the second pick of the finalist alliance at the MTI today, and they have just been absolutely rocking it on the playing field, both with the shared hub, alliance hub, autonomous endgame, just all aspects of the field. We're going to really deep dive into the robot, learn everything about it and more on First Updates Now.
This video on First Updates Now is made possible by viewers like you and also the following sponsors. If you are a college student or recent graduate looking for an incredible internship, take a look at Stryker. Stryker provides a housing stipend, great pay, and an opportunity to work with state-of-the-art medical technology equipment. Discover why so many First alumni are coming to Stryker for their internship or career at careers.stryker.com. Discover MSOE, where hands-on learning today can lead to real-world applications tomorrow, including their We Energy STEM Center built to support FIRST teams. Head on over to msoe.edu/visit to see a virtual tour and schedule your campus visit today.
Let's start off with you guys' drivetrain. We've seen a lot of teams this year just running standard go build a mecanums, right? Just slapping them on with some 19.2 or 13.7 motors and calling it a day. You guys took a different approach. I think I've seen this all the way from the beginning of the season. You guys haven't been just running a standard mecanum, but do you want to talk a little bit about the design decisions you guys had going into the season?
Yeah, so at the beginning of the season, we decided that we wanted to get the robot on the field fast, and we didn't want to mess around with suspension and all those things. And so we just bought 5-inch wheels from Nexus, and we attached them to the chassis and shortened it as well so we could deliver shared faster.
Yeah, I mean, that's awesome. And, you know, did you guys decide on 5-inch mecanums because you knew it would help you get over the barrier faster? Did you do any testing for that, or was it sort of just intuition based?
We did a little bit of testing at the beginning, so then we could see if there was any perk to buying 5-inch, because we were like just barely too short to go over the barriers. So we were like, so we decided that we needed to buy them to go over the barriers.
Yeah, awesome. All right, yeah, I think that's a great overview of your drivetrain. Let's go on to your intake. Your guys' intake has just been so consistent all of today and yesterday, really the entire season. Let's talk about, you know, just the design decision behind the intake. Why did you guys decide to go for something that has a transfer in this specific design?
Yeah, so originally our intake, it was literally just a Kydex bucket, but we changed it after our MTI submission after states. So we added a delivery door to stop and hold the freight so we can only have one freight at the time. We also decreased the size of the intake bucket so it can only hold one piece of freight. And all of this is built using Kydex, which is a material that as you heat it up, it bends, so it's really easy to manipulate. And we used our CNC machine to cut it out to get the exact shape we wanted. And the last thing about it is we just use a standard optic design to attach our surgical tubing. Yeah, so it's pretty simple.
And did you guys decide, like, did you guys try out 2, 3, and 4 noodles like on each spoke, or did you guys just go with optic right from the beginning?
Yeah, so originally we had our own 3D printed inserts, but those kept falling off and breaking. But then we found the optic design, and we swapped to surgical tubing as well. Before we were using vinyl tubing, which is a little bit tougher, like a little stiffer, but the surgical tubing is a little more compliant and picks up freight better.
Yeah, I mean, you know, speaking of picking up freight, do you think we could show you guys intaking a freight? I think you guys have one right there. Let's see how quick it is.
All right.
Yeah, and look at that. And, you know, I've noticed this flag going up. I commented on it in one of your matches. Can you explain what it is when you guys added it?
Yeah, so we added a color sensor a few weeks before the MTI, and so our flag goes up when we detect a freight in our bucket. So if we ever play defense in the other warehouse, because our bucket is very opaque, it's black, we can't see if we have a freight, this flag goes up and signifies to the drivers that, hey, you have a freight, go deliver it to Shared or Alliance or wherever.
Yeah, awesome. And I mean, that's definitely been working very reliably. It's super useful. Okay, yeah, now that we've talked about how you collect freight, let's go through the next part of the freight's journey. Once you get it, how do you transfer it to your deposit?
So for our transfer, we wanted to do something simple. Instead of having like a ramp or anything, we just move our arm up and down. When it gets up, we have a macro for our door to automatically open, and then we just intake, and then it transfers. So this is super smooth. We spent a lot of time lining up the the ramp, or yeah. And yeah, it's just as simple as we could get it.
Yeah, awesome. And do you guys? I remember in Rover Ruckus, you guys didn't have this. You guys just had one intake bucket. But did you look at like other designs from robots this year or in years past, or was this sort of just something you guys just tested all the way through the season?
Yeah, we kind of like double extend in Rover Ruckus. We want to do something similar, but without extending in the front. We just did an arm.
Yeah, no, that's really smart. And now that you have transferred your freight and it's inside the robot, inside the deposit, what do you do next?
So who wants to talk about the deposit?
I can talk about that. So right after we intake the freight and it's in our deposit bucket back there, all our drivers have to do is, if they're going to shared, then they have to just click a button and the servo will open. They also have macros like that for high, and so when the gearboxes are tilted up, then that will deliver high and tilt the bucket. Also opening the door once it reaches past a certain position. So that's all macroed for them to go high. They have similar ones for shared, for opposing shared, and for just reaching out a little bit farther. And those open the door but don't tilt the bucket, so they're kind of similar, but they just allow us to get extra reach into the shared hub.
Yeah, and for your door, did you guys ever try some sort of like kicker design where you open the door but also push the block out a little bit more to get just that little bit more distance, or did the door just work so reliably you didn't need to consider anything else?
That was kind of part of the whole bucket design. Like, we wanted our bucket to just be tilted at an angle so our freight just slid out. We didn't really need a kicker.
I mean, keep it simple. It works really reliably. No need to change it more than that. Let's move on to your team shipping element mechanism. You guys don't go for that simple, like super just magnet on a stick design or the tape measure. You guys took your own twist on it with the whole claw and everything. Why this? Any pros, cons? Would you do something different looking back?
So for our capsule mechanism, we saw that Delta Force did like capping in like 4 seconds, and we want to do something similar. And also we had a lot of time left in auto, and we want to hold our capsule the whole entire time. So if you want to control it, we just have a Lego claw because it's light and durable. We can show you, and then we have an arm with a servo to go up and down. And then for capping, we just let go of the capstone when it's lined up.
Awesome, yeah, and this is super reliable, and I think one thing that teams can pick up a lot is you guys have the extra time in auto, so you decided to pick up your team shipping elements and have it with you for the whole match. I think that definitely swung a couple matches in your favor and was super critical to you guys winning. Now let's go on to software. You guys have really amazing teleop, and I think one big part of that is your automations. How do you guys decide this is what we need automated and this is how we're going to automate it?
Yeah, at first we kind of have just basic everything manual with our 2 drivers. They see what slows them down. So for one of our big automations that speeds us up quite a bit is our arm. Our door automatically opens. Oh wait. Oh, okay. Oh, that would have been bad. You can do that. So our intake door automatically opens. Our transfer is much smoother. We do that by just measuring the encoder tick, and yeah. You can talk about the deposit.
Yeah, so after that, all our drivers have to do is press the intake button again, and it just slides our freight into here. And then after that, it's ready to be delivered high, mid, or shared.
Awesome, yeah. I mean, I think teams can really learn a lot from you guys about making sure your teleops are super fluid, really consistent. I think that's one of the biggest things I saw with you guys playing on the shared hub. It's been fantastic interviewing you guys, Swift. I'm sure we'll see big things coming from you guys in coming season. We've seen big things coming from you guys in the past seasons. I really can't wait to see what you guys do. Reporting for First Updates Now, I'm Abbas.
This video on First Updates Now is made possible by viewers like you and also the following sponsors. Discover MSOE, where hands-on learning today can lead to real-world applications tomorrow, including their We Energy STEM Center built to support FIRST teams. Head on over to msoe.edu/visit to see a virtual tour and schedule your campus visit today. If you're a college student or recent graduate looking for an incredible internship, take a look at Stryker. Stryker provides a housing stipend, great pay, and an opportunity to work with state-of-the-art medical technology equipment. Discover why so many FIRST alumni are coming to Stryker for their internship or career at careers.stryker.com. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell to stay up to date on our new videos. Keep the conversation going and provide your input to our content. Watch our live shows at twitch.tv/firstupdatesnow. Join our Discord at discord.gg/firstupdatesnow and check out Fun FTC on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and First Updates Now on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter.